Good morning everyone. I thought I would do an end of August garden tour. It's been a hot minute. The summer holidays has been mental. I had all good intentions at the beginning of the holidays to be amazing on this channel, record loads, but the UK just gave us the best weather ever. So we have been soaking up absolutely every second. Every time the sun was out, we were out making memories, having fun, trips to the beach, just enjoying being in the garden. It's been amazing. And the end of the summer is here. School starts next week. The garden is looking rather windswept, I will say. We have had no proper rain whatsoever this summer. It's been relentless. But in the last 48 hours, we've had really, really heavy rain, winds, which I'm really grateful for, but the garden's looking a little bit sad. So let's have a whiz around. I'll show you what's looking lovely and talk to you about garden plans, really, because September is the start of a lot of plan making, and then in October we sort of start being really busy. So let's go and have a look. So it's looking really sunny. Ben actually did tidy up this wisteria at the weekend, which was a really good job done. The water tank is full. That had literally been bone dry, and the sun is shining, which is just so nice. And the garden is looking really pretty, albeit very, very wild and a little bit windswept. So I'm definitely going to make some time over the next couple of days to I'm probably going to have a bit of a cutback of some of the bigger things, like this verbena is just completely flopped over, but it's growing in the gravel, so I haven't ever added a stake because it was just a self-seeded plant. But there is lots of things which are still looking beautiful. So this aster has only just started to flower. The phlox are in their second flourish. The lictrum looking beautiful. Dahlias, hibiscus, just so much is looking gorgeous. But yes, it does need a tidy. And look at, I don't know if you can see it from that angle, but there is a lot of really, really long rose growth, which I need to tie in to that fence, because that's going to be the structure of the rose for next year. So if you've got climbing roses, it's a really good time to get them tied in if you're wanting to make your structure bigger. So I just wanted a bit more fence coverage over there. It's only been in maybe 3 years, and it was phenomenal. Like, the display in May and June was stunning, and I had flowers all over it. So that is a job to be done. And Ben is also going to be pruning the neighbour's gigantic pittosporum, which is leaning really far in our garden. So tidy that up, and we'll probably do that at the same time. So that is a job to be done at some point in the next few weeks. But roses are looking really, really good. Loads of buds, about to have more flowers. So yeah, this is a very windswept statue garden, but it's absolutely beautiful, and there are plenty of flowers, plenty of colour to see me all the way through the autumn, which is lovely. It's definitely been a bit of a flop on some of the annuals this year, because they just haven't coped well with the heat. So compared to previous years, where I would have like tons of snapdragons, calendula, lots of other lovely things that I grow from seed, because of the drought, they just haven't done well. And when you're in such drought, you just have to focus your watering on important things like trees. And yeah, you know, it was kind of like survival of the fittest, but also really amazing to see how well this garden performed in the drought. So the majority of the planting in here is drought tolerant, so it really, really did show how well it could survive with very little water, so that was great. Then yeah, ferns are looking fine. Some of the spring flowering perennials, so this is Dicentra, Bleeding Heart, that needs a tidy up now. And then we're having a good old cull and a tidy, so that's going to the tip this afternoon. Oh god, look at the foxglove tree. You haven't seen this for a little while. It is looking amazing. Every time people come to our house, they're like, what is that plant? It does die down over winter, but it is just incredible. And the leaves are so soft, they feel like velvet, and it's got quite delicate leaves actually. We did once have it planted in a more exposed spot, and the wind would just shred the leaves to pieces, so it's very, very fragile, but it is amazing. And to think that that was grown from a tiny twig that cost me like 12 quid. It's amazing. Loves the shade and just gives that huge jungly vibe. We absolutely love it. Then if we whiz down the side of the house to the fun garden, this is the kids' garden, you will spot the new addition, which is my amazing new greenhouse, which we only put up a couple of days ago. So I love to grow, and I have done for many years. However, you will remember the kids' swimming pool was in that area, and the pool goes up around the end of May, beginning of June, and comes down usually the first week of September. So because the pool is a priority, because the boys just adore it, I have never been able to have like a permanent greenhouse because it just wouldn't work. We haven't got the space. So I've always just had little plastic zippies, and then I found this polycarbonate greenhouse on offer, and the idea being that Ben was going to build it in a way that he can just easily take it down in the spring. So we put it up, built it in panels, took it down again, and then we put it up again 2 days ago, and it was pretty easy. It took just under an hour to get it up, and I love it. So let me quickly whiz you around here. Just a few pots of just stuff that's annoying me. So in the next few weeks I'm going to have a really good tidy in. If stuff hasn't done well and it looks a bit ropey, I'm just going to rehome stuff. This border definitely hasn't got as many flowers as it normally does. Cosmos have been really slow. Again, just some of the annuals, like I've got no calendula here. Swan River daisies didn't really do well. There's just a lot of things that I grew from seed that just didn't thrive. But again, such drought, and you kind of just have to prioritize, don't you, like what you spend your time and water on. And yeah, this definitely wasn't a priority. However, I've grown these amazing Rebecca from seed, and Rebecca are brilliant for autumn colour, so I've got some in the border already. But now we've had lots of rain and the soil is nice and soft, I'm going to plant these out today, so just fill some gaps just to give me a little bit more colour. So that'll be good. That'll be a good job done. And some dahlias are still so slow. So that's my first American Dawn flower. And yet some of my dahlias were flowering in June. This one's only just started this week. I've still got another 2 just with buds. And I'll be honest, all of my dahlias over here, which have been flowering since June, these are the ones that I planted up, the tubers, in like Jan and Feb, indoors obviously, and they've been flowering for months and months. So I think I've really experimented a lot with dahlias over the last few years, and I'm just going to stick with what works for me. And I don't mind potting tubers up indoors. I just did them on sandwich bags, so it was really clean, and it just meant they were well ahead. And I'm going to do the same again next year because it's been so successful. You know, you don't have to plant, you can plant tubers straight in the ground in May, but I think it's like 1 year you don't have the sun and then they're really slow, and then you have a heat wave and then that stunts them. So I'm kind of just like, do you know what, I'm just gonna stick with what has worked for me best, and that was planting them really early. So yeah, they're all looking amazing. And then this is the container garden, which for August is looking incredible. It's my favourite container garden I've ever put together. I've experimented a lot over the years, and this is the first year that I've added a lot more perennials, but perennials that haven't cost me any money. So I've just taken cuttings and done divisions of plants that I already had, and just potted them up, and it's just been amazing. And I just love the waftiness of it. So much colour. The climbers have been brilliant. Yeah, everything's just done so well. And there is so much colour, so much variety, which will definitely see me through until the autumn. Again, some of the annuals that I'd planted in here with the dahlias, snapdragons, they haven't had the best year. But I think that's definitely because of the heat. Normally snaps are phenomenal, but they just haven't been. And my new favourite annual that I'm going to have to grow loads of next year is this arboretum. I am obsessed. If you'd like me to do like a more detailed video of like everything that's growing in the container garden, let me know in the comments below, and perhaps I could do a video of that, like take you through pot by pot, explaining everything that's in here. But yeah, it's been amazing. I'm already thinking about colour schemes for next year, and what I've loved and what I'll maybe do a bit differently next year. it's just, September's just the perfect time to be making plans, and I can't help myself. And then next year I'm doing my big autumn grow along, which is a free grow along anyone can join, where we're going to be sowing seeds for next year. So it's just mega exciting, and I just can't wait. I did some dahlias in this pot, and then in the greenhouse, now this, like, none of this that's in here needs to be in here at all. However, I've been growing my biennials since June, and they were basically just scattered around the garden in any sunny spot, which wasn't ideal, but you just kind of do what you can do, right, and make it work. So as soon as this greenhouse went up, we just went and scooped up all the seedlings from around the garden, and we brought them in here so that they're just all in one place. But all of these biennials can be planted out in your borders any time from now. However, my borders are really full, so I don't have the space to be planting them out now. So what I will do is probably move them out the greenhouse once all my hardy annuals are on the go. A cheeky little hollyhock that just couldn't wait till next year. She's flowering already. But I mean, yeah, look at the size of these plants. And then down here is perennials. So Erigeron that I'd grown from seed, Nepeta, this was all cuttings that I took when I did the Chelsea chop. They are looking incredible. So I just need to think about where I might put them in the garden next year, or if not, they can go in someone else's garden. I just love to grow them. But yeah, it's really good to have some perennials on the go. So these are, oh my god, why is the name just, oh, Aquilegia. I am having like middle-aged mum brain right now, but they're looking really healthy. Yeah, loads of foxgloves, Sweet William, Sweet Rocket. Yeah, it's all looking great. And then these are my autumn winter bedding plants, which I ordered as plugs. So they're potted up in their cells, absolutely thriving. Yeah, and it's looking really good. So that is a little end of August tour. So you can kind of see roughly what's going on. There's really big changes for us kind of this year, really, this school year. I am now going to be working a lot less in the school that I work at, so that I can have more time for my Grow Club business and a bit more time to be consistent on here. Yeah, we've got some really, really exciting projects coming up, which is amazing. But yeah, just to be a bit more set in routine and share more of the things that we love. So that is the plan. So yeah, this is August. It's looking gorgeous. I'm not sad at all about the change of the season. I know some people find it really hard that summer's finished. We just grab every moment, and for us as a family, it's all those little moments that just mean the most, and we're buzzing for autumn. Just the coziness, the lovely walks, fire pit. We're just a family who love seasons. And I think when you garden and you're so connected with nature and what's going on around you, there's just beauty in absolutely every season. And yeah, every sunset, every, crunchy leaf walk, we're here for it. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments below, what would you like to see more of, because I'm going to have the time to plan a lot more of this. So see you soon.